Hi Cancer, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. Whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Cancer, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. And with that said, before we start, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So your key to the week card is the Star card: hope, optimism and joy, and a glimpse into the future. What is it this week that shows up for you, especially if it's linked to any of your goals, if it's linked to something that you feel like might be your purpose? The Star card shows up to remind us that we get a glimpse, that the universe always gives us a little peek behind the curtain before it introduces something. This is like akin to that energy of, you know, when they say there are always signs, like, you know, as far as I'm concerned, hindsight 2020 is a bitch, right? Because when you look back, there were always signs of everything. I say that now, right? Whereas sometimes at the time, maybe we don't necessarily see them, or, you know, certainly like me in my younger years, you ignore them. It's like, no, I know best. I've got this, big you. It's cool, it's cool. All jokes aside though, this week you are getting a glimpse, and not only that, this could be a week where you are tapping into that tribe energy. Pay attention to that, especially to the groups, the groups that you're associated with, the trends and themes that are taking place in those groups as well. For your actions and options this week, you have the Page of Pentacles. I'm really liking this, right? So the Page of Pentacles in your actions and options, this is a new course of study. This is you launching a course, working on a course, or working through a course of study. This is you rededicating yourself to a specific path forward, one that is very likely to be with you for a long time to come, or one that has something to do with your future. Pay attention this week, Cancer. Just like last week, you had a really big week. And I felt that. I really felt it. Like, there were a few things initiated last week, actually, that I think are going to be... you know, I don't want to jinx it, but yeah, I think, and this is why I say to you, pay attention, because this week you're going to get the next set of clues. This week you're going to get the next piece of the puzzle, and it's going to reveal to you what the physical, tangible steps are and what the roadmap towards those bigger goals coming into fruition is actually going to be. For those of you that are for your communications and conversations, you have the Seven of Swords coupled with the Star card. Whatever your idea is, whatever is the thing that, much like myself, whatever it is that you're working on behind the scenes, whatever it is that you'll put in the finishing touches, well, it's not the finishing touches, let's be honest. This is, you know, you're relatively at the beginning of the journey. This week, you are going to be tempted to talk about this idea with people. The Seven of Swords is an absolute no. Whatever this idea is, you keep it under wraps for now. It is not to go any further than you, and I would say maybe a partner if you have one. Outside of that, you don't even, unless it's a sibling and you know that you can trust this person, I wouldn't send it any further. The Seven of Swords is not a great card for communication. It's lies, deceit, sometimes it can even be theft. And because of the cards that are involved, this week I would say to you, look after your passwords, anything that you have online on your PC, your phone password, all of that. This week, be really careful with you, because the Star card is technology as well, right? It's Aquarius ruled. Coupled with the Seven of Swords, this could be cyber fraud, you know, all of that kind of stuff. Be careful. Interestingly enough, this happened to me just a few weeks ago. I never talk about it because I don't really, you know, these readings aren't about me, but just to let you know, like, this is the sort of thing that it can foretell. So just be aware of that. Now, when it comes to for those of you that work for somebody else, if you have ideas this week, cut out the middleman. Don't give it to, you know, like, oh, I'll give it to my supervisor and you can give it to the boss. If you have a good idea, that you want to share with the boss or the management, be sure, because the only way that you're going to get credit for it is if it comes from the horse's mouth. Cut out the middleman this week. When it comes to those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, this would be a really good week. If you're initiating something this week with with a partnership or a collaboration of some sort, you want to make sure that you at least get some form of agreement of confidentiality. This is going to be important going forward. I don't know why, but I just get that feeling that it will be, especially because whatever you're working on seems to be a really big idea, and it's one that has the chance to really go big. For those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, this week, through unconventional means or conversations, you will find your personal advancement and enlightenment, whatever that means to you. For your money and materials, you have the Knight of Pentacles. I mean, this has me feeling some kind of way, and it has me feeling quite excited, I have to say. I have the moon in Cancer, as many of you know already, and this is why I love Cancerian people, sun, moon and rising, because I just get you guys, I've got that soft, squidgy middle. The Knight of Pentacles in the money and materials. This is not going to be a week where you see massive advancements when it comes to the money. What you're going to see is how once these ideas are applied and the right connections are formed, this week you will get a glimpse into just how much money could be made from your idea, just how secure this idea could make you in your future. Remember, you're just at the start of this journey. It's going to be hard work. It's going to be slow going, but I tell you, the results and the rewards are absolutely there. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, your knees this week, especially your knees, your bones, your skeleton in general, but specifically your knees, look after them this week, especially if you're prone to this or you've had issues with knees in the past. And when it comes to your home and environment, it actually looks like a lot of you are on your travels this week in some way, shape or form, which is cool. I mean, I'll take that, even if it's just like a weekend break, even if it's just a few hours out. I mean, slowly but surely here in the UK, we are making our way back to being open. So very, very exciting. And then for your love and relations, you have the Hanged Man. So for those of you that are partnered or in relationships, this week the relationship takes on a new depth or a new meaning, and because the Seven of Swords is in the mix here, this week I just want you to make sure that your communications with the partner are completely open. I want you to make sure that this week you are fully aware of how you feel and that you're sharing that with the partner. The other thing with the Hanged Man card, this could literally be a week where you are so aware of what's going on with your partner and they you. Like, this could be telepathic communication, it could be, and I will say it could literally be that deep. Like, you could just know straight away. Like, I mean, it's Cancer energy anyway, we know. But yeah, this week you could be fully aware, like even without a phone call or a text, like, oh, what's going on with them, check in with them, and vice versa. This is actually a really nice energy in that regard. Because it comes up with the Seven of Swords though, this does look like some bad news coming in to the relationship, not for the relationship, but to the relationship. So maybe you're, maybe this is news of something challenging that's happening that you guys are going to have to face together. And it's good that you have this heightened sense of connection, because it's going to give you what you need to get past it. For those of you that are single, look, the Hanged Man with the Seven of Swords, just especially because you've got the Star card, if you are meeting somebody online this week, just be sure that this person is who they say they are. I always go on my little catfish rant, and unfortunately you're going to get it as well. We are not out here in 2021 trying to be catfished, right? If this business happens to you, I have no sympathy, right? It's 2021. You shouldn't be out here having this business happen to you. If you haven't FaceTimed this person, if you haven't Skyped or Zoomed this person, and you don't know it's definitely them, you need to get it together, all right? I love you too much to see anything go wrong. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.